Good afternoon out there, everyone on the interwebs. My name is Jared, and this is my channel, Mazda B3K. In this video, we're going to remove and replace the bench from my brother's F250 named Ty. This is a pretty straightforward operation, and without further ado, we'll get started. So this is the bench that's in the vehicle now. It's very basic, nothing wrong with that, but it also has a massive blowout right here, and there's some blowout in the passenger seat, and it's just getting towards the end there. So what we'd like to do is, we picked up from the junkyard yesterday, actually. We grabbed this bench out of a F-150. It is a bit dirty, but it's in much better shape. And I believe it'll just bolt right in the same spot. I think they use the same bench. So we got to get the old one out, and what we're going to do first are the bolts in the back. There are two bolts in the back that need to come out. So there's one there, and it's going to be kind of hard to see because of all the trash, but there's one down there. And in order to gain visibility on these, what you're going to need to do is use the slide control, which is going to be located near the driver's footwell on the seat. Slide the seat all the way forward so you can get visibility on these bolts. Now, I believe this is a 15 millimeter, so I'm going to go get that set up in impact, and we'll go ahead and break these loose. So with the 15 millimeter, I had no problem breaking that out, saving the bolts because I don't think we grabbed the replacements. With that done, what's going to have to happen now is we're going to slide the bench back and then go after the front bolts. Okay, so again, to slide the bench, you're going to take this thing in the front, you're going to pull it towards the driver's door and just slide. And once you do that, so I did a little bit more looking around, and it turns out the bolt is on the other side of the bracket there. As you can see, I'll zoom out, you get a little bit better perspective. It's a 15, it is at a bit of an angle. I have some wobble sockets. I also have a 15 millimeter swivel that would be perfect for this. And I'm gonna probably grab that and zip this right out. Alrighty, as you can see, you've got 4 bolts there, which means I've gotten all 4 of the main ones out. So if you grab the bench, it should rock now and slide. You can see that's what we're doing here, but we're not quite done. There is also an electrical connector that I saw. Give me just a moment. Right here that needs to come apart, and right there is actually where you gotta slip the tab. So what you do there is you take a flat blade, small flat blade, kind of like the one that I put right here, and then you'll slip that under there so you can get the connector apart. I don't really have room to set the camera on the tripod here, and I need both my hands, so I'm going to get that apart and then I'll bring you guys back. One other thing you may have to do is slide the belts back through their holes. This one was completely torn through, not a problem. This one I'm having to kind of shove through. It will go back through. It is a bit of a shoving and pushing match, so just argue with it. You should be able to get it through, so I'm going to get that done, and at that point there should be nothing left that'll keep me from getting this bench out. Okay, bench is out, and now that the bench is out, I'm going to take an opportunity to clean. It needs I think there's probably 25-30 years worth of cruft underneath this seat, so I'm going to get that done. And once that is done, I will actually going to put this on pause, because this, now that the bench is out of the way, it's a great opportunity to replace the super janky steering column, which excuse me, that we do have a replacement for. So clean up steering column, and then we'll go ahead and bring the new bench in. Alrighty, party people. This video is a little out of sequence because I'm editing the video for the bench right now, and I realized it's kind of missing some pieces, so filling that in real quick. So we've got the bench back in, and if we take a look, and we got our 15s back in, front and back. This bench actually had an extra electrical connector. I think that was for lumbar. I think. This truck, this F250, does not have anything for it. So that did not wind up being a thing. Can I move it? No. Hang on. I want to show you guys the back. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the one electrical we do have is right there. That is the seatbelt chime for the driver, so it should sit there and be obnoxious if you don't have your belt on. And that is reconnected, and I used the impact swivel, and I put the 4 bolts back in. As far as, oh dear, as far as getting just the bench in itself, you can do it with one person. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to do alone, and along the way I did this because I had to drag it, so I chewed up this plastic when I dragged it. I do have a spare. It is, see it on this end easier. I have a spare. It's 2 screws. There. I can replace it. Hide my sins. So that's pretty much it for the bench. The one last thing that I am working on, and it's kind of a stub right now, is getting all the buckles back through. I've got the drivers through, so this thing can be driven now legally. I gotta finish feeding the others through. Easiest way to do it is the collar. You can kind of see it. Maybe. Okay. So right now the plastic collar that's supposed to go there, I have popped out of place. And that allowed me to get the buckle and the tongue for the middle bench. Excuse me. Get those slid through. This one I haven't worked on as much. It's kind of a stub right now. The collar's there and it kind of slows things up. So my plan is to get these fed through and then slide the collar back into place, and we'll be good. Otherwise, that's about it. I mean, that looks super silly. I'm hoping we can pick up a matching headrest at the junkyard sometime soon. And this still needs to be cleaned. But at the same time, it's a work truck. So, meh. But the springs are in much better shape. The material is in much better shape. And it obviously does not match the interior of the truck. But again, it's a work truck. I mean, we're not super worried about it looking nice. This thing is just going to get stuff done. That's the whole intent. So this was a successful swap. Repair complete. Alright folks, that's going to do it for our bench replacement video for my brother's 1993 Ford F250 Tie. So if you liked what you saw, leave a comment. If you've got something to add, leave a comment. I do read them. I enjoy reading them. And I will reply to them. And I've learned some stuff from you guys, from your contributions, and I appreciate it. Also, please like, share, and subscribe. That helps this channel to grow. I've had a lot of extra watches and subscriptions are coming up, so thank you very much. That works towards the goal of getting this channel monetized so that I can then get more content that you guys want to see here. And remember, I make mistakes so you don't have to. I'll see you guys next episode.